June 7th, Friday, the feast of the Most Sacred Heart of Jesus. John 19:31 to 37. Once, a very handsome young man came to the city square and declared, "Those who like to see a heart full of beauty, that has no defects whatsoever, come to me." A large crowd of people gathered around him to see the perfect heart. As the young man declared, there was no defect whatsoever in his heart. It was perfect in every sense. It did not have even a scratch. The young man felt very proud. But an elderly person who watched his heart said, to the surprise of everyone, "Your heart may not have any spots or wrinkles, but that does not mean that it is perfect and beautiful." Then, pointing out to an elderly woman standing nearby, he said, "Here there is a heart that is more beautiful than this young man's." Everyone looked at the heart of the elderly woman. Then they looked at the heart of the young man again. The woman's heart was full of scratches and wounds. There were deep cuts here and there. Certain parts were even missing from her heart. Someone asked the elderly man, "How can you say that her heart is more beautiful than this young man's? What a contrast between these two hearts. One is perfect, without any cuts and wounds. The other one is full of holes and bleeding." The elderly man answered, "Yes, you are wondering how can this woman's heart is more beautiful than this young man's. Well, dear friends, just think why her heart is bleeding and cut. Each wound in her heart is a story of her sacrifice. These are marks of love. When she loved someone, she gave a part of her heart. And that is why we see certain parts missing from her heart. When she had to go through ridicule, rejection, and injustice, her heart bled. Hard work and financial difficulties made her heart suffer. But she had the strength to withstand all trials. She gets up in the early morning to make breakfast for her family, cleans the house, washes their clothes. From the time she gets up until she goes to bed, she is doing something or other for others. In spite of all these, she finds time to go to the church, attend family unit meetings, visit her relatives and friends. Her wounds are due to her love for her family, for her husband, for her children, relatives and friends. All those who heard the elderly man's description agreed that her heart was more beautiful than the young man's heart that was without any wrinkles and cuts. Today we celebrate the feast of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. Today we celebrate the depth of love Jesus has for us. Jesus loves us so deeply that he willingly gave his life for us. His heart was pierced with a lance, and there came out the last drop of blood and water. Do we truly appreciate what Jesus did for us? Is Jesus' passion, death, and resurrection personal to us? Or do we simply think of it as a nice story? Do we deeply appreciate Jesus' willingness to sacrifice his own life so that we can live fully? Dear friends, whether we are aware of it or not, we live deep in Jesus' heart. Truly, there is no greater love than the love Jesus has for us. Let us thank Jesus for the depth and the tenderness of his love for us. What a wondrous and enduring gift he continually gives us. Today, may we truly celebrate his sacred, loving heart. Wishing you a happy feast, Father Paul, CSSR from Kerala.